Hello everybody, it's Dioxin here with another little video. Well, it's actually quite a long video, but yeah, let's go for it, man. It's basically going through the patch notes for Season 2 of Tekken 7, and I'm going to cover Katarina. I've noticed not many has sort of had a look at Katarina post the Season 2 drop, so yeah, I'm going to do my own little thing. I'm not saying I know everything or whatever. It's basically going to be my opinion on things that's happened and the changes and yada yada yada. So yeah, let's have a look. I picked Shaheen basically to check out the 4424 punish launcher, 13 frame, yada yada yada. Technically it should be able to punish all hop kicks, so let's have a look. Most hop kicks, especially the good ones and the ones that you see the most, like Shaheen, like Katarina's one, and there's a couple others as well. They're all negative 14 on lock. So if she has this negative 13 frame string that launches, is pretty decent, isn't it? But anyway, we'll get to that one later on in the video. So we shall start with the first line of the patch notes, which I have here. So it says here, during a rage, the 3+4, as you can see, the rage art, opponent was unable to do Yukemi if they hit a wall. Now fixed. I never knew this existed, so yeah, if it needed fixing, fair play, they fixed it. But I don't think I've ever seen it being abused, so yeah, 9 times out of 10 I try and end the match with a rage art. But anyway, it is what it is. Needed to be fixed, they fixed it, so we carry on. Right, so the 1-1 hold forward, or basically 1-1 into Harrier, it says here the recovery increased by 8 frames, and the input window for moves during Harrier changed from 30 frames to 37 frames. So you can delay it. So you can see it's a long delay and a short delay over there. So that's pretty cool. Gives a bit more utility in the Harrier stance, or while the strings ending in Harrier stance, which is pretty decent. So you can do a few little bits and you can time it as well. So yeah, so that was the 1-1-1. So it says here the opponent reaction on counter hit has changed. So it looks like that last hit, if I can get it right, that last hit knocks down and counting for a nice up back 4 by the looks of it. So that's a nice and welcome buff there, I feel. So the other string is basically the 1-1-2. So it's the same thing. The last hit counters, and seems like you get a bit more on this counter hit. So that's another little buff here. Right guys, so over here is where the tweaks and changes for the 3-3-3 brigade combos. I ain't gonna go through every single little one, but I'm just gonna read every single stage. So every single, it's 1-3 and 2 3s, 3 3s, 4 3s, and 5 3s. Right, so the one that's just 3 has a damage change from 14 to 9, so a little bit of a damage nerf there. Startup change from 16 to 14, a little bit quicker, not too bad. You'll take it. Hitbox expanded downwards, so a lot of other characters have had sort of hitbox changes as well. The 3-3, so it's changed damage. Well, the damage has changed from 5 to 4, so a little bit of a nerf there as well. The 333 damage changed from 5 to 4, so it seems like every hit after the first one is 4. And then changed from -7 to -10 on blocks, and now it's unsafe. Punishable, jab punishable. Opponent further away on hit and block now, and changed from +4 to +1 on hit, so I think that's a nerf. Damage, let's go for the 3333. Change damage 5 to 4, change from -13 to -11 on blocks, so even worse. Unsafe. Opponent close on hit, and change from -2 to neutral on hit, 0 on hit. So, right, so 33333, or the 5 threes. Damage increase from 15 to 17. Opponent close on block, change from -3 to +1 on hit, and opponent reaction on normal and counter has changed. So I think they spiral away on the last hit, or they hit him down. Yeah, they give him that little downward spike. That's the one. That was different. So overall, yeah, that whole string sort of got, I feel, sort of, it was more of a nerf than a buff. Here and there, it's sort of, frames have tweaked around, but yeah, overall I think it's a nerf. Okay, so now we go to the 3-4. So the 3-4 changed from -13 to -8 on blocks, so now it's safe. Nice buff. Opponent reaction on hit has changed, which throws him away, and then it causes a screw on counter hits and mid-air hit. So that's cool. I did use this string against the wall. It was more for show. It didn't really some mega damage or anything, but adding the screw property, I think makes it a bit more viable. So it is high though, so I wouldn't just be throwing it out there. So now we go over to the 333 hold forward. So the 333 hold forward has the recovery increase by 17 frames, and the input window full moves during Harrier change from 34 frames to 50 frames, so even more to play with in the Harrier sort of transition after 4-4-4. So I think it's a nice little buff there. So what you have been looking at is the almost the same treatment to the 4-4-4-4-4-4-4 combo, or the up forward 4-4-4 4-4-4-4-4-4, zillions of fours. So I'm just going to read every single step basically. So the first one is recovery. Sorry, the first one is the magic 4, so just the 4 on its own. Change from -7 to -9 on block. I do use that a lot, and a lot of people fish for the counter hit. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's a nerf, right? So the next one changed from -7 to -10, even worse on blocks. So now that's jab punishable now. changed the third one, or the 4-4-4-4, changed from -5 to -10 on block, and changed from +1 to +4 on hit. So that's the triple one. So that's a bit of a buff. So I think it sort of counteracts the first few. So I'll take it as a sort of it's evened out. Right, and the last one, opponent reaction on hit has changed. So we saw it there, the spin away. So the next one is the 4-3. Right, so damage changed 27 to 23, and it goes from -9 to +0 on neutral on block, which is great. So I think it's a buff. Plus the counter hit property added on there is a buff as well. I feel that's great. These could catch out the the people that want to step when they're on the ground, or wake up with a low or something like that, and it would be ideal. Then you can just forward 3 them and then stomp them if you want. And forward 3 or up back 4 if you feel a bit more comfortable using it like that. I'm really liking the love for the Harrier stance, so pretty good. So yeah, so the next thing here we have is the Harrier stance on its own, and then you press down. So the transition timing now faster by 5 frames. That's cool. Harrier stance getting all the love. Right, so the next thing here is during Harrier, press 1. So added crouch status. That's what it says. I can't really work out what they mean by it, so it's another one for the comments if you guys wouldn't mind adding your say. I'd like to know. Okay, so the next one is the Harrier 2, changed from -14 to -6 on block, which is nice. And the opponent reaction on normal and counter hit was changed. So that we will see now. So yeah, this is the Harrier 2. Trying to figure out how to get the second hit or whatever it was that they were talking about. But yeah. So the Harrier 2 over here, if it does happen, changed from -14 to -6 on block, I repeat. And opponent reaction on normal and counter was changed. So yeah, it gives that little knockdown move. And on counter hit it gives you a launch, so not too bad. So that's a buff, I'll take that. Alright, so the next one is Harrier 3, little trip there. So damage changed from 25 to 23, and opposition reaction on hit has changed, so they fall flat on their back like that. So I think you can down 3+4 that, yeah, maybe a little bit of a dash. Get it, yep, there it is. Or you can go for the up back 4. Sometimes it just feels better with the up back 4, you know, if you're playing online. So this is the Harrier 4, the bounce mechanic that they've added into Season 2. Pretty nice little change. Some characters have a little bit better utility with this than others. Some of the moves that certain characters have sort of just doesn't help. I feel for Katarina having, I mean, it's you have to do Harrier 4 to hit that, so it's a bit of a why would you do Harrier 4 just in the middle of nowhere? I don't know. So maybe you can surprise somebody with it, but yeah. So over there you see just pressing down in Harrier, recovery decreased by 2 frames. So Harrier, you could sort of have a nice little mix up here now. Anyways, forward 1+2, the headbutt changed from -12 on block to +1 on block, so that's nice, very nice. The forward 3+4 changed from -17 on block to -13 on block, so it's safer. opponent close on block, and recovery on hit decreased by 4 frames, so that's alright. Always thought that move was a bit too unsafe, but okay, it's alright, we'll take it. Nice buff there. This one is the down forward 1, opponent close on block, and opponent further away on hit. And basically it goes with the down forward 1-1, which is obviously the string. Now able to crouch on the second hit when first hit is blocked. I've not seen this, so I don't know what it looks like, so I'm sure some pro will show us eventually. Anyways, it's changed from -7 to -5 on block, so it's slightly safer, and changed from +4 to +6 frames on hit, which is very nice. Right, and then obviously the down forward 1-1 into Harrier, so recovery increased by 8 frames, and input window for moves during Harrier changed from 30 frames to 37 frames, so more love for the Harrier stance. Right, so that's the down forward 2. Opponent reaction on hit has changed, and opponent close on hit. So, if you guys remember, I think he just sort of spun away, I think. Now he's just a little bit further, a bit close on hit, and a slightly different reaction. Still unsafe though. So the down forward 2-2, I think this is -10 on block anyway, but yeah, a bit closer on block. So, I don't know why they would do that one, but okay. Just to show you the block close on block, used to push him a lot further away than that. Alright, so the next one I have here is the down forward 3. So it's changed from -9 to -6 on block. That's alright, safer. And changed from -1 frame to +2 on hit. Even better. So let's see what that looks like. It seems they've sort of made her lows slightly more, well, less unsafe, which is nice. There's the down forward 3, which is nice because all of those was basically launch punishable. Now it's not so bad. I mean, you've taken away from other places where she was a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too much. I wouldn't say like mega ultra cheap, but yeah, I think they've just, you know, moved it somewhere else. So I think it's a good call to make her low slightly more or less unsafe, basically. The next one is the down forward 3-3, which is basically the double low. Now this one I do use, and it was -19 on block. Now it's -21, so even more unsafe. Reaction on block has changed when they block it. So she goes like basically face first in the ground, and they block the second hit. So basically it's launch punishable big time. I do use this a lot, so yeah, so I need to sort of learn to not use it so much and use the cancel that it has, which we'll get to in the next one. There you can see the second hit being -21 there in a different animation. Basically it's just telling you beat me up. Right, so the next one is the down forward 3-3 and cancel, the down forward 3-3 and hold down, so recovery decreased by 3 frames. So I think you can come out of this a little bit quicker, as you did before, so nobody would like counter you in the middle of trying to do something out of it, but it's still sort of hit or miss for me. But if they give it a bit of love, I'll take it. So the next move, once you get past these options, is the wild rising, yeah. So the next one we have is the down forward 3+4. So this has changed from -16 to -14 on block, so they made it a bit safer. and change from neutral to +2 on hit, which is very nice. Very nice to have. It's always been an annoying load to deal with from her. It just covers so much range. So yeah, nice little up forward 4 or up back 4 on my counter. The next one is a down 2 and hold forward for the Harrier transition there. So recovery increased by 8 frames. An input window for moves during Harrier changed from 30 to 37 frames. So it's basically reiterating that Harriers have the Harrier stance is being buffed and given a bit more utility and options. Alright, so the down 3 we saw there, opponent close on block. Alright, and obviously it goes with the rest of the string, the down forward 3, the down 3 and 3, opponent close on block. So it's a low mid. Alright. So the other option is obviously having the down 3 and going into the 4. So down 3, 4. And it says here opponent further away on hit. Opponent's reaction on counter hit has changed. So hopefully if we get the counter, key charge here quick so we can get the counter. Change the settings. And you can see the reaction. Alright, so it's basically a knockdown. I don't know what to think about this one, because on hit that's I think plus, I want to say +4, +6 when it hits. It's almost useless because it's a high as well. Nobody got hit with it, but would you take the knockdown? I don't know. Probably would, because there'd be some use for it, but I don't know. You've just changed it from one thing to another, but I don't think anybody uses it, or I don't use it. So the next one is the back 1 into Harrier. Let's get that up. Back 1 into Harrier. So yeah, so this one has recovery increased by 14 frames. That's quite a bit. Input window for moves during Harrier changed from 30 frames to 43 frames. That's like crazy. So you have even more utility doing the back 1 into Harrier style. So it's almost like a move that you can sort of quickly get into Harrier and maybe fish for the counter Harrier 2, or you can mix it up with the counter Harrier 3 maybe, or the up forward 3, the Harrier up forward 3. So yeah, nice little mix up potential there. So I wouldn't say you'd use this all the time, but in a situation where you need something different, this can be the one that wins you the game. So it's cool. So the back 1-1 damage changed from 15 to 20, changed from -8 to -12 on blocks. It's unsafe now. Opponent reaction on hit has changed. So yeah, so we should have seen that. Let's take the guard off and see what that's the difference now. So yeah, I think you should just push him back now, just flicks them all away. Still wall splats, so that's what I mainly use it for, so I don't use it really out in the open. The next move is the back 2. Change from -13 to -16 on block. Opponent close on hit and added crouch status. I don't see the crouch status, so maybe there's something I'm missing here, but that is definitely back 2 that I'm doing. Also the move I didn't really use much. I thought it was a bit slow. -13. I thought it was worse than that, to be honest, so yeah, or whatever changed to me. I never used this move. To scrub. Anyway, the next one is the back 4. So the back 4, I use this quite a lot to fish for the counter. Right? It's mega slow, but it's got a bit of range, so it catches people coming in if I time it right. So let's get that back 4. Back 4 is just as boot. Should be back 4, but I'm doing back 3, but it's fine. So back 3. I don't think anything happened with back 3. Right, so apologies there, back 3, nothing happened with back 3, it's back 4. Okay, so back 4, close on, apparent close on block. Goes back 4 and 1 plus 2, changes from -12 to +1 on block, which is great. For pressure and all that. Recovery on hit, decreased by 5 as well. And you move back 4, 3 plus 4 as well, so nice little corner endo thing that you can use it for. No frames shown on that, so I don't know where it is. And then the back 3 plus 4, change from -17 to -14 on block, which you can see there. I use this move a lot as well. Something about the up back 4 says delayed up back 4 input resulting in faster attack now fixed. So if it needed fixing, they fixed it. I don't think I've ever noticed. So yeah, needed fixing, they fixed it. So the next thing was the whatever. I don't know, I didn't even notice the difference with the up back 4. So the up forward 4-4, which is the next one, opponent close on block. I don't know if I like this one or not. I did like the distance, but okay, here's what it is. Right, so now we're going to move over to the forward 2 plus 4. Right, so let's talk about this forward 4-2-4, because this seems to be the one that everybody's talking about. The forward 4-2-4 has always been there, right? It's always been that quick and what have you, but it never screwed. Now it screws in the air. No, it screws on hit. So if you change from -14 to -9 on block, which is great, and it causes a screw on hit. Right? It's always been there, right? Always been there. It's just nobody used it, and I tried to use it in combos, it just didn't want to fit enough. So I'm just sort of playing around the options I can get off it. So the dash up down to Harrier 4 seems to be the best damage I can get out of it for now. If I want it easy, I just go straight into Harrier 4. I will show you how I try to punish Shaheen's hopkick, because Shaheen's hopkick and a lot of the other hopkicks are -14 on block, just like Katarina's. So this is a 13 frame punish, right? So I have to press forward 2-4, you know, which is a 13 frame punish, yeah, to punish a move that's -14. So yeah, you got 1 frame, and you got the internet. So I really think people are, I don't know, overreacting a little bit to this, because I think out of the 20 times I did it, I've cut a lot of it out, but in the 20 times I think I only hit it once. And yeah, he's not going to sit and hop kick all the time for me, waiting for me to hit him. So for me, I think I would use the forward 2-4 more to catch whiffs. So let's just say he whiffs that hop kick like just a little bit away, and then that's how I'll hit him. So stick to the 2-2 punish for hop kicks now. But if he whiffs, I think I do catch a whiff one, then I can catch him with it. I think I did catch him here with a punish once, but on the whiff it's an easy punish. There you go. That's what I would use it for, to catch the whiffs. Whiff from a distance, run up forward, 2-4, and you get something. So that's my take on the forward 2-4 being a 13 frame launcher. You got to be like ultra brilliant with execution to make that work. Maybe it's more of an offline thing. Maybe in tournament it's viable. I don't know. I just think it's too tight to get it all the time. I mean, if a pro can do it, fair play. But for scrubs like us, I don't know. Getting to a high level scrub state, getting that move right would be really good. Anyways, so let's move on, and we go into the forward 3, or the Harrier up forward 3, which is the little side foot forward move, which we'll get to in a moment. I'm showing a lot of this 4-4-2-4 because I'm really trying to punish this so bad. There we go, I got it there, eventually. But yeah, do you see how many times I had to try? Okay, so now we can actually get to the Harrier 3, or the forward 3, or the Harrier up forward 3. Okay, so this one has had the change, jump status start change from 11 to 9 frames, so I think the jump comes out quicker, I think. And so yeah, this one on counter, it gives you a nice little combo as well, if you didn't know. So also something that you can use once in a while. But yeah, very, jab out of the air kind of move, so I wouldn't always use this. But yeah, and if you can get a counter out of it, then you can get a nice little combo using the back 1-1. Yeah, back 1-1. Carry on the combo, so not bad damage either. Right, so the next one is the triple forward 3, which changed from -5 on block to +1 on block. Opponent reaction on hit, mid-air hit, and block was changed. Right, so I always wondered why this running 3 wasn't plus on block. I mean, everybody else's is virtually plus on block. Why hers was so negative, it was like unbelievable. I don't think many people knew it was that negative. But now it's plus on block, so the buff I feel, and then kicking it even further away, yeah, why not, just to make them feel it. Right, so the next one is the While Rising 1. Just trying to get my forward in. So we will get to the While Rising 1. Right, so now we're going to get into the While Rising 1 and the While Rising 1-1. Right, the While Rising 1, damage change from 13 to 15, opponent close on hit. The While Rising 1-1, damage change from 8 to 10, change from -7 to -5 on block, change from +4 to +6 on hit, now able to crouch on second hit, and first hit is blocked. Right, so that's a nice little buff, but I don't know, to make to use it. I don't know. I'd personally wouldn't use it a lot. So, but yeah, we'll just have to make do and try and use it. I'm going to go through and just ramble on the next few moves. So the while rising 2, opponent close on hit and block, so that's pretty good. While crouching 4, opponent reaction and counter hit. So basically it knocks down a counter hit for up back 4, or I think it can get a stomp on it as well. And the stomp, the down 3-4, change from -21 to -20 on block, big whoop. And change from -10 to -9 on hit, so yeah, it's alright I guess, better than nothing. And then the Harrier has had an extra move now, so it has the down forward 1+2, which is the throw, so you can throw out of the Harrier stance now as well. So how's that for a nice little mix-up? I mean, overall I think a lot of it has, a lot of these changes has benefited Katarina. I think people have to play slightly differently with her now to make it work. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty good. So sorry I had to ramble through the last couple there, but for some reason if I stop recording now, I can't record any more commentary. So yeah, just go by with what the screen's scrolling down the bottom, and I'll just say thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again. Cheers.
Huh.